Hey Masters, if you know me and you've been listening to my podcast, you know health and nutrition is number one. Check out AdvoCare products. I am a distributor. Go to livelongersmarter.com. We got everything you could imagine for your health and nutrition goals. If you're interested, at the end of the podcast, at the very end, there'll be more information on the products. Also, LandVoice is one of our sponsors. They have amazing services. If you need leads, please check out LandVoice for FSBO, expired, circle prospecting, a dialer, whatever you need. Go to davidihill.com. Affiliates, you can click the LandVoice link and all of the special opportunities will be there.
Get ready for one more sale, inspiring you with ideas through powerful and engaging interviews with top performers of their field. Now, join us as we discuss techniques and strategies of the coolest and most successful people on the planet.
If you're happy right now and you're successful, then keep doing those things. But if you're looking to make a change and you're looking to take some serious steps forward in either business or health or whatever it might be, finance, you have to make changes. Otherwise, nothing's going to happen. I journal every single day. I meditate every single day. I show gratitude every single day. And that's part of what makes me continue to grow my business and move forward to where it is today, a multi-million-dollar a year net revenue business.
Hey Masters, episode number 50 right here for you, and I wanted to go out and find you someone special for episode 50. I'm super excited, as a matter of fact, that I was able to achieve that goal. So what I did is I went out and I found you somebody that is ridiculous, guys. John Lee Dumas. I mean, if you don't know his name, this is somebody you need to know, all right? He's getting, on his podcast, Entrepreneur on Fire, 1.5 million downloads per month. Okay, listen to this. On his website, you can go check out his website, johnleedumas.com. He shows you his passive income on his website for the month. He earned in January $182,000, guys. Yeah, $182,000 passive income while he's chilling in Puerto Rico at his house. Guy is a machine, somebody you want to listen to. He talks to us about the Freedom Journal. Right now, I'm on day 12, and it's just been phenomenal. And he's going to talk to you more about the journal, but it's about taking any goal that you have and how you batch it and break it down and achieve it in 100 days. And it's just been phenomenal. I love the experience, and I can't wait to get through the Freedom Journal and achieve my big goal of recruiting 5 rock stars in the next 90 days, okay? And then I can get into his next one, which is the Mastery Journal. And he's going to talk to you about that. So John is brilliant. Guys, hey, listen, somebody you want to listen to. And here's what I would say. If you love the interview, I ask you every week, please just share it with someone else. Tell someone else about the podcast, because it just really helps me and it helps my listenership. So, hey, I appreciate it. I want to keep doing this for you guys. You guys rock. Without you, there is no podcast. So, again, I want to thank you. And I tell you what, this interview is brilliant. Enjoy. Hey Masters, David Hill here with John Lee Dumas. Listen, this guy is a rock star, super influential thought leader in the podcast world. John, what's up, man?
David, I'm fired up, although I wish I was hanging out with you in Vegas right now. I'm just on this crappy island in the Caribbean called Puerto Rico, but at least the sun is shining. And by the way, I'm kidding for all you Puerto Ricans. I love it. It's my island. I live here full time.
Hey, man, sounds like you're roughing it up, my friend, roughing it up. Awesome. So, hey, like I said with the podcast, I mean, you've got an amazing podcast, Entrepreneur on Fire. And, the cool thing is you're getting over, 1.5 million downloads a month.
Every month.
Yeah, I mean, that's just ridiculous. That's awesome. I can't wait till Path to Mastery get to that point.
Yeah.
And you guys been doing this for what? Over 1,600 days, John?
Yeah, so we're approaching episode 1600, which does mean 1,600 days as well, because EO Fire is a daily podcast where I interview the world's most successful and inspiring entrepreneurs 7 days a week.
That's awesome. And how do you do something? I mean, I just broke a year with my podcast. I mean, I do it weekly. every day for 1,600 days. Tell us about the mindset, the discipline it takes to do that.
It takes a lot of discipline. It takes a lot of focus. It takes, having to say no to a lot of things that frankly you should be saying no to anyways, the distractions, the time wasters, etc. And just creating a plan, a disciplined plan that you are willing to execute. Now it seems crazy to do a daily show, but when you break it down and batch things, it's not really that bad. Like for instance, for years, every Tuesday was my quote unquote interview day where I would do 8 interviews back to back. And that would just be one day a week. And then guess what? I would be done my episodes for that week. And I would be able to focus on other things and relax and chill and do other work on other projects too. So it doesn't have to be this every single day thing when you're committing to a daily practice of maybe writing blog posts or videos or podcasts. It can just be, hey, how can I just take one day, be super efficient, have a system and automations in place where I can crush it that's going to allow me some freedom on the other days of the week to make stuff happen?
Mm-hmm. You just absolutely nailed, too, what most of my listeners are in the real estate industry, exactly what it takes to build a top team. The systems, the discipline, the batching, the blocking of time. So you really nailed that. Thank you. Well, first, we'll switch gears. I want to talk about the Freedom Journal, which is, thank you for, this interview, which is what I reached out to you about. I just purchased the journal. It's just been amazing. Some of the things that I love about it are, the gratitude when you first wake up, my focus for today, a couple of things that I did. And then it makes you look at the journal at the end of the day as well. And then, I can see where I struggled a bit, some of the good things that happened. So it's just phenomenal, man. I love it. So when it comes to the journal, break that down for us. What do you want us to achieve with that?
Well, one thing I want to jump into first is, I do have a lot of people that reach out to me and they say, John, I've heard about your Freedom Journal, but I just don't know if I'm really a journal person. And, I just kind of respond back. I say, well, how's that working out for you? Are you happy? Are you successful? Are you crushing it like you want to be crushing it? And of course, the answer is usually no. And I said, well, maybe there's a reason why you need to give a journal a try, because if it's not working out for you not using one, why not give it a try and use one? And a lot of times people come back and be like, John, you're right. I had these preconceived notions or assumptions that I just wasn't the type of person that would quote unquote write in a journal every day. But now that I have, it's been a total game changer. So just ask yourselves, how's that working out for you? I do the same thing for people when they come to me and say, John, like how do you, stay fit and trim? I try, but I just don't. And I'm like, well, I don't eat sugars. I don't eat carbs. They're like, oh, I could never live that way. I'm like, well, how's that working out for you? You're fat for a reason because you want to keep doing those things. So, that to me is kind of how I want people to look at life and just say, hey, if you're happy right now and you're successful, then keep doing that. Keep doing those things. But if you're looking to make a change and you're looking to take some serious steps forward in either business or health or whatever it might be, finance, you have to make changes. Otherwise, nothing's going to happen. So with the Freedom Journal, that idea actually came to me from my listeners. My listeners of my podcast were reaching out to me in droves, and they were saying, John, what do all of your guests have in common that's making them successful entrepreneurs? Because you're interviewing a successful entrepreneur 7 days a week. What is that one commonality that they all share? And this question came up so often that I actually had to sit down and think about it. And I realized that my guests of EO Fire knew how to set and accomplish goals, period. They were just crushing it. And I realized that people that were emailing me and struggling were struggling with that very thing. They didn't know how to set a SMART goal, which is specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, time-bound. And then they had no forms of accountability for accomplishing that goal in any set time frame. So they were failing. Yeah, sure, they were setting a lot of goals, but they were setting the wrong kind of goals and without the right format, and they weren't accomplishing them for very obvious reasons. So I decided to create the guide, the step-by-step tool that would allow people to set and accomplish their number one goal in 100 days. It's a very proven system that I took a year to develop. It became the 6th most funded publishing campaign of all time on Kickstarter. We did over $453,000 in revenue in just 33 days on a $39 journal. And it's sold 19,000 to date. So, this is something that works. People are on their 3rd, 4th journals right now because they don't want to live a life without a journal anymore, which of course I love. And I feel the same way. I journal every single day. I meditate every single day. I show gratitude every single day. And that's part of what makes me continue to grow my business and move it forward to where it is today, a multi-million-dollar a year net revenue business.
Love it, my friend. And I am actually coincidentally on day 10 today of the journal.
Nice. 10-day sprint.
Yeah, man. And
Micro goal, baby.
I love it, because it makes me go back now, and I had to look at the last 10 days because it's asking me, what are my 3 accomplishments in the last 10 days, and I just love it, man. It's really, I think that the daily focus too is what I'm taking from it.
Love it.
It's been awesome. And then again, looking at the end of your day, looking at, okay, how did my day go? What was good? What could I have done a little bit better? So, what are the biggest misconceptions, John, when people hear about the journal?
The biggest misconceptions they have is, like, I don't need a diary. Like, why do I need to write every single day? Why can't I just, think about what I want to accomplish? Why can't I just maybe have like an app on my phone or a PDF on the computer? Because it doesn't work. Because how's that been working out for you? Oh, crappy? Well, then keep doing that and keep getting crappy results, or step up and try something new, try something different. And guess what? It might not work for you, but do you want to have the opportunity that the Freedom Journal could crush it for you like it has for 19,000 other people now? So that's just something to think about, and just give it a whirl and say, hey, I'm going to commit to 40 days of just waking up in the morning, filling out my Freedom Journal, which takes 5 to 10 minutes, and seeing how that does. And if it works, then maybe you want to double down and keep going and finish out that 100-day goal, and then see what you can accomplish in those 100 days. And also think about this. Think of the legacy that you could potentially be leaving to your kids, to your nieces and nephews, to your loved ones, whatever that might be, now that they can see, like, wow, uncle or auntie so-and-so, or mommy or daddy, like, they're actually committed to something, and they're sticking to this, and they're accomplishing big things as a result, and that's going to be the start and creation of your legacy.
Yeah, and the other thing I love about it is, and again, I'm only on day 10, but it seems like now it's getting me ready for my next 10 days. So is it intentionally batched like that in 10-day increments?
So the Freedom Journal is all about accomplishing your number one goal in 100 days. That's the perfect time frame to accomplish a big, meaningful goal. But it's important to break things down from there, because 100 days is a long time. So every 10 days, you do what's called a 10-day sprint, where you're going to be accomplishing a micro goal of that overall goal. And that's going to give you momentum, confidence, excitement as you're going through that. So, just for a real simple math example, let's say you want to lose 10 pounds in 100 days. Well, your 10-day sprint is probably going to be something along the lines of lose a pound, 10% of the way there. And once you accomplish that and you see that it's possible, guess what? That next 10-day sprint, you're going to have momentum. You're going to have excitement. You're going to make things happen. So micro goals along the way are critical.
Perfect. The other thing I heard you say, too, in another interview is it doesn't have to be every single day, right?
It's not meant to be 100 consecutive days. Like, that's where a lot of people do make the mistake. And actually, in the second edition that's coming out in just a couple months here, we added a frequently asked questions section for, shockingly, the frequently asked questions that we receive all the time. And that's one of them, is that we wanted people to know that, hey, by all means, crush this in 100 days. Like, you'll be thankful that you do, because it'll be amazing and you'll accomplish your number one goal in 100 days. But if you want to take the weekends off, if you want to skip a day in the middle because it's just been a crazy day, just pick back up where you left off. It might take you 120 days or 140 days to go through all 100 quote unquote days in the Freedom Journal, and that's okay.
So I know, because I've journaled for years, and it's been inconsistent because you journal in Evernote, and I like personally having the journal, John. I love the feel of it, the carrying it with me.
Well, and picture this, David. This is going off on a little bit of a side story, but I'd never met my grandfather. He died decades actually, before I was born. And that's sad. I've seen a couple of pictures of him, but I've never heard his voice. I've never read anything that he's written, because he just wasn't apparently a writer. But like, imagine me being able to take a Freedom Journal that he had spent 100 days setting a goal, accomplishing a goal, seeing his daily struggles, and just getting to know his personality through his words. That'd be amazing. There's a reason why Anne Frank's diary did so well, because people, they love that glimpse in the real world. And for me to be able to connect with, by the way, my namesake, his name's John Dumas, to be able to connect with him in that manner and to have that legacy that he was able to leave behind, which again he didn't, but if he was able to, if he had something like the Freedom Journal, that would have been an amazing connection. And I look forward to future generations long after I'm gone being able to be like, oh, who is this guy that paid for my college, out of the John Lee Dumas, trust fund that's, that whatever. And they could pick up that Freedom Journal and they can read it and they can get a little glimpse of me and my life.
It's awesome. It's perfect, my friend. What's the difference? Tell us between, you have the Mastery Journal coming out. Can't wait to get this one and then get through that one. I mean, get this one completed, complete my goal, and then get into the Mastery. What's the difference?
Picture you've just accomplished this massive goal, and that's what the Freedom Journal will do for you. Now you need to make the most of that goal that you just accomplished, and that's going to be you intraday working on being productive, being disciplined, and being focused on maximizing that goal that you just accomplished. For instance, when I launched EO Fire, that was a huge accomplishment of mine. Then I had to double down and focus on being productive, disciplined, and focused every day to make EO Fire a success. I just launched the podcast. Now the real work begins. That's exciting. And that's what the Mastery Journal does. It's all about you mastering productivity, discipline, and focus in 100 days. So I take you through a process, a system where you will master these 3 skills in 100 days. It's my best work yet. I'm really proud of it. It's actually available now at themasteryjournal.com.
John, what is the one thing you want our listeners to take from this interview today on their path to mastery?
It's an old Chinese proverb, and it would just be, if you want to be, do. That's it. You'll become a master if you keep doing that thing. If you want to be a podcaster, podcast. If you want to be a golfer, go out and golf. Like, you have to do that thing. It takes repetition. It takes 10,000 hours to become that master. So start doing that thing. And David, my one question for you is, are you a New England Patriots fan?
Absolutely, man. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I have no idea where you're from, what sports teams you're affiliated with.
I am from Massachusetts.
Just from your accent, I assumed Massachusetts, or at least New England. I'm born and raised in New England, Maine, so I don't have the accent as much.
Got it.
But, went to school in Providence, Rhode Island, so I'm a diehard New England Patriots fan. Go Pats!
Go Pats. Thank you for your time, my friend.
Thanks, David.
Hey, Masters, you guys know how important health and nutrition is to me. I just want to talk to you a little bit about products I use called AdvoCare. I've been using these products for about a year and a half now, mostly just for energy. They've got a really awesome drink. It's called Spark. If you want to check out anything, I would tell you, go check out the energy drink Spark. That's what I did for, like I said, almost a year and a half without even trying any of their other products. And then this past January, a bunch of us, January 4th, decided we were going to do the 24-day challenge, which is a 10-day cleanse and then 14 days of just really healthy eating, vitamins, meal replacement, just awesome 24 days just to kind of get yourself on track and get into some right habits. So Richie Ryan did it with us. Guys, he lost, today's February 5th. I think he's at 24 pounds lost since January 4th. Melissa at our office lost 6 pounds. Min at our office lost 5 pounds. Guys, I mean, listen, it's amazing. Regardless, if your goal is losing weight, my goal wasn't losing weight. I did the challenge just so I could experience it. And, I lost a few pounds, but now I put some weight back on because I started using some of the supplements and the protein powder and all the other stuff. So now I've gained about 3 pounds of muscle and just feel awesome. My energy's through the roof. So whether you're looking for energy or you're looking for just wellness, I mean, they've got some amazing green products that I love taking before I go to bed. Or if you're looking for performance, athletic products, we've got the athletic performance products. And then just active, if you're an active adult, maybe getting a little older in the age and you want to just keep everything working the right way and functioning. Listen, Gary Keller said it best. If you don't take care of your body, where are you gonna live? And I just love that. So, hey, I just ask you to check out AdvoCare's products. I'm a distributor, so I'd love to help you, talk to you about your nutrition and health goals. You go to livelongersmarter.com, livelongersmarter.com.
You are listening to One More Sale with your host, David I. Hill, author of the Sales Playbook. Get your copy at www.thesalesplaybook.net.